in the deep darkness, where reality and fantasy merge into one. Do you dare to enter the unknown world? So let's get to the story. I'm trying to tell you the story I'm telling you today as it was told to us. My name is Rock. The incident took place during the Ramadan month of 2014. At that time, I was living in Newark. On that day, I was fasting. I would like to mention that I did not usually pair Tarabi namaz. During Tarabi time, my friend and I should sit a chat together. I had just finished my intermediate exam and I was writing for my result. My house was located near the New Market area of Newark. For privacy reasons, I will keep it the address conditionally. On the day of the incident, all of my friends decided to go the Patena beach. There were 3 of us and our family had a car which I often used. That day I took the car and used it out. I should mention that the journey from Newark Market to Patena Beach take about 14 minutes on an hour. Private, there are no traffic since it was Tarabi time. The streets were mostly empty. We reached Patena in about 8 hours. After spending some time there, one of my friends suggests you to go another location. Choose how live in Newark will recognize the place. Grilled crab and fish are very famous. Many people go there just to eat. Went there too. After eating and sitting for a while, it was around 10 p.m. It's worth mentioning that back then the road to Patena isn't developed as it now. After evening, the number of buses on the road will decreases significantly and the war would become a cute descriptive. Additionally, the area had a reputation for being dangerous. It was uncommon for unconfident bodies to be found there every now and then. The Patena beach, which is now much more developed, was cute different back then. The road from Newark to Patena beach was not even paved with a single night. No one would go there in the evening without their own transport. Anyway, let's get back the incident. We set off around 10 to 10 or 10 to 15. I was driving on of my friends was sitting beside and me and the other friend was sitting in the back of the car talking on phone. We smoothly researched the turn of Nibina to Patena. The incident started after passing the main entrance of the Patena beach. Those of us who were from Newark were still here. Now that is enter road from the Patena beach in the surrounded by scrubland. I lit a cigarette and I was driving a car with one hand. The car speed was not too high, around 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. Suddenly, in the car's highlights, I saw a girl standing by in the side of the road. She was wearing a dark grayish-black dress and looked very beautiful. The girl had her hand stretched out in the way and screamed. It was signaling for a fit, just as should ask for a lift. At the moment, our car was about 50 kilometers per hour away from the girls. I asked my friend, "Did you see that?" He said yes, so too, and suggest that the girl might be in the trouble and he should stop the car. But something felt at to me. I know that the road was known on the mysterious and it was highly unlikely that the girl should be here at this time of night. So I decided not to stop the car and just drive on. If the incident had ended right there, I would have been relieved, but what happened next made me terrified. About 2 to 3 minutes after leaving the girls behind, we saw her again, standing by the left side of the road, signaling for the car top. At that moment, I was extremely scared. It was looked at my friend and he looked at me. Neither of us said everything. We are both completely useless. Now I could make out the girl's face clearly in the car's headlight. Seeing this, my friend said to me, "Stop, step on it." Accurately, the car to about 16 to 70 km per hour. But it felt like the car was moving at the much lower pace. It screamed as if The car was going in slow motion. I was trying to drive faster, but the car would not speed up. By then our friend in the backside was going wrong. It was worth mentioning that the friend standing in the back handle even seen everything because he was busy talking on his phone. About 5 minutes later, we saw the girl again standing ahead of us. The girl was standing in the same way. We could not figure out what to do. I was trying to drive the car as fast as I told, but for some reason the car's speed could not increase. It felt like something was pressing down on the car, preventing it from moving forward due to weight. Generally, those who drive private cars have an idea of the weight of the car, how much added when on the or two people sit in the car. The feeling I had was as if there were about 10 to 11 people in the car. The car became incrementally heard. I kept praying to Allah in my mind, but no words come to my lips. I continued saying Allah, Allah. While driving the car, my friend became even more scared. He closed his eyes, sitting still, and grabbed my arm. I don't know how we made it to the second nave clearly, but she was researched there. As soon as I saw it, the gate of the second navy clearly, I forcibly drive the car inside. However, I lost control of the car and it hit a tree with its front. I quickly get out of the car and stood up, but immediately lost consciousness. The next thing I know, I was in the hospital. My parents were sitting beside me. One of my uncles who lived in the second Navy colony and he was a senior officer in the Navy was also there. Later my friends asked me what happened and how endable up there. I lived to him saying that one of my friends had fallen ill and I had gone to visit him. But my father didn't believe me. I eventually told him the whole story. The friend who had been sitting behind me was standing beside me. I asked, "Where is Faisal?" He told me the Faisal is another room. He had also lost consciousness and he was head and crack when the car hit something. After staying in the hospital until the evening, my father took me home and the car was left in the Navy colony. Since it was an accident, an uncle took responsibility for the car. However, the incident did not end there. The day after I returned home, Faisal came to my house. He showed me a newspaper which is placed on the travel he is driving room. It was a newspaper from a few days ago. I asked, "What is this?" But then my eyes stopped at a corner of the paper. I show a picture the girl I had seen that night in the same clothes was laying dead at the enter of the Waikiki Beach. The police had found the body of the published her photo in the paper to identify the unknown described. I then looked at the date on the paper. It was 4 days ago, but the incident had happened just 2 days ago. My heart taken a bit. We both just gazed at each other. This meant that the girl had did it before we saw her in front of the car. After that, for a week, my health clear became physical weak. I felt emotionally hurt, thinking that maybe the girl had been asking for help, but I don't stop it. Maybe she wanted to tell us what happened to her. After that, I reduced my driving at night. Whenever I went out driving at night, I had this constant fear, wondering if I would see something like that again. My friend, who is now living in Sweden, occasionally tells me about this incident. He says he still gets scared when he thinks of the scenes. I had kept the newspaper with the photo, but when I shipped to Texas, I lost the paper and never saw it again. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more story. Thank you.